Welcome to Thoroughbred Action at Gulfstream Park. Brian Nadeau with you on an 11-race Saturday card. Strong card here in Hollandale Beach. We've got the featured $100,000 game face featuring Lenny Lou, and we've got a Rainbow Six in race number 6 with an estimated jackpot of $125. Let's send it upstairs to check announcer Pete Aiello for the course and the weather conditions.
The weather, partly cloudy skies with temperatures in the upper 80s. The main track fast, the Tapeta track fast, and there's no turf racing scheduled today. In the first race over the main track, scratch number 3, 1500R. Racing at Gulfstream. Level start. From the center, Vekoma Velocity and I Walk the Night both hunting some forward position, although I Walk the Night has to tap on the brakes. Up on the outside, Shoe In with Raskolnikov now moving up. Raskolnikov now has put a neck in front of Shoe In, who's racing in second. Gervin's Gambit driving through it there inside and up to challenge. Uncle Zeb into the top flight with Vekoma Velocity. Then it's a length back to Dominican Pirate. Ahead of only one early, that's I Walk the Night, and the trailer is Reproche. 24-3 for the opening quarter en route to the half-mile point. They're fanned right across the course here. From the inside, it's Uncle Zeb doing battle with Gervin's Gambit. In the red colors is Raskolnikov, who's right there. On the far outside, in Vekoma Velocity, dropping back now is Shoe In. Dominican Pirate is in and amongst rivals down at the rail Reproach. And now the trailer is I Walk the Night. They went to half in 48-2. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Raskolnikov has the lead by a head. Uncle Zeb is there second. Working harder third is Vekoma Velocity. Dominican Pirate, he's behind the leader and needs a racing room. Down at the inside in Gervin's Gambit, driven but not really responding as I Walk the Night. They reach the top of the stretch now. A quarter of a mile remains. Raskolnikov comes away with the lead. From the outside, it's Vekoma Velocity. Toward the inside and Uncle Zeb. Dominican Pirate threads the needle and comes on next. Off the turn and the stretch drive with the lead. Morelos, Raskolnikov, 2 on top, an eighth of a mile remains. On the outside, that's Vekoma Velocity. Toward the inside, Dominican Pirate. Yards to go, but Raskolnikov has it won. Second start in the career winning one for the son of Gunrunner. Raskolnikov in front. Vekoma Velocity second. Dominican Pirate ran third. Uncle Zeb is fourth. Then Reproche fifth in 1:40-1. Country Economics away quickly from her inside draw, reaching out for the early advantage. Moving to her is Queen Kong on the move. Away third, Viscountess Red. Down at the inside, that's the race favorite, Sluty Princess. Moving over from an outside draw, Somerset Mia is ahead of only 2, and they are Stella Bionda and Courageous Diane. Around the first turn they go. Miguel Vasquez and the stretch-out speed of Queen Kong, there by a length and a quarter. Country Economics is second, Viscountess Red third. At the inside, Yolbert Torres has a stronghold of Sluty Princess, fourth in the early stages here. In the green is Somerset Mia. Farther out goes Stella Bionda, second last, and the trailer is Courageous Diane. That's the 7 of them with less than 5 furlongs to go. Queen Kong trying to harness her speed. She's a half length in front of Country Economics, who will not let her get a breather from second. Viscountess Red is now racing in third. Up on the outside goes Stella Bionda. Locked in toward the rail, Sluty Princess, no place to go yet. Somerset Mia gets shuffled to the back with Courageous Diane as they speed around the far turn. They went to half in 48 seconds flat. They have less than 3 furlongs to go. Queen Kong, she still has run. She has the lead and tries to stretch him out. From the outside, Stella Bionda begins to get to her second at the rail. Sluty Princess has to wait. She's third at the inside as they reach the top of the stretch. Underway from the outside is Courageous Diane. Off the turn and the stretch drive, Stella Bionda. She got first run and she has the lead by 2 with an eighth of a mile to go. Sluty Princess is loose now, but surely time has run out as Stella Bionda got too much of a jump on her and she's on her way. Stella Bionda on the board at 2-1, reports home a decisive second race winner. Sluty Princess second, Queen Kong stayed for third, Courageous Diane fourth in 1:40-3.
Any success that we've enjoyed is directly attributable to the men and women who first bring horses to us to sell. You got to have good product. If we're able to attract quality horses to our sale with quality men and women selling them, we're going to have good sales. Everything that we do is going to be to achieve success tomorrow by doing things right today. It's a commitment to get up and do the right thing every day in a consistent and a professional fashion, and that's a great recipe for success long term.
They're at the post, and they're off. On the far outside, Hillbilly Bob was quick to begin and looks to cross over with a host of inside traffic, including Operation Torch and Mr. Monoclonal. Buquero's Dude drops back to fourth in front of Esperanzito. Then it's Lomax. The early trailer is No Merlot. Around the first turn they go. Camacho having a fight with Operation Torch. He wants to back off. Operation Torch doesn't want to. Meanwhile, it's Hillbilly Bob who has the lead. Now he's fighting the rating as they really start to slow the pace. Buquero's Dude is third from Mr. Monoclonal in fourth. Back to fifth and Esperanzito. Then the two at the back, No Merlot and Lomax. The quarter complete in 24 and 3. Less than 6 furlongs to race. Hillbilly Bob leads. From the inside, Operation Torch. From the outside, Buquero's Dude. They're heads apart second and third. From fourth, it's Mr. Monoclonal, then Esperanzito. Lomax lingers toward the back of the field. Alongside him is No Merlot. We're half a mile from home. They went the opening half mile in 49 seconds flat. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Hillbilly Bob in front by half a length. Buquero's Dude second. Back to third goes Operation Torch, still under a hold. Ridden in fourth is Mr. Monoclonal ahead of Esperanzito and Lomax. The trailer is No Merlot. The leader is Hillbilly Bob. Hillbilly Bob to the top of the stretch. Operation Torch getting ready to play his hand from second. He angles to the flank of the leader. Mr. Monoclonal and Esperanzito are next. They went 3/4 and 1:13 and 1. They're on their way home. Operation Torch tries to reach Hillbilly Bob an eighth of a mile from home. Hillbilly Bob digs in outside Operation Torch right alongside. Just a 16th to go, and Operation Torch has surged forward to put ahead in front. Hillbilly Bob fighting hard, but he's back to second. Operation Torch is in front. Second is Hillbilly Bob. Third is Esperanzito. Close fourth, either Mr. Monoclonal or Lomax. 144 and 1. They're off. Sing Sing was away okay, reaching out for the early lead. Sent hard at the rail is Spy Novel, Act a Fool away in third. Junction Road and Mythical Man together, while toward the back of the field, the early trailer is Freedom Principle. In the run to the first turn, it's Spy Novel who benefits from the rail and has the lead by a length and a half. Sing Sing is second. Act a Fool now third. Mythical Man remains in fourth from the big favorite Junction Road. He's in the yellow colors second last. The trailer is Freedom Principle. En route to the final 6 furlongs, Spy Novel carved a quarter. There was just 25 and 1 and leads by a length over Sing Sing and Act a Fool second and third. Mythical Man is on the outside and now races in fourth ahead of Junction Road, and Freedom Principle is last. They make their way to the final 5 furlongs of the contest. Sammy Camacho and Spy Novel working well off the inside, and they have the lead. Sing Sing up on his outside is now second. Sliding through at the rail is Act a Fool. Then it's back to Mythical Man, 2 in front of Junction Road, who's given the green light to start to make a bid, and the trailer is Freedom Principle. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn, 49 and 4 for a half-mile speed. Around the far turn they race Spy Novel, still under a Camacho grip with a length and a half lead. Sing Sing sent to attack mode second, at the inside Act a Fool third. From fourth and Mythical Man, trying to rally from the back is Junction Road. He's making hard work of it while 4 wide. 3/4, 1:13 and 1. They're on their way home. On the inside it's Spy Novel who fights to hold it. Looking for room at the inside, Act a Fool down the center. Junction Road tries to level off. Spy Novel still in front with no signs of fatigue. He's just yards from the wire. He's 5 to 1, and Junction Road is out of time. Spy Novel and Sammy Camacho to win it. Junction Road was second. Third was Sing Sing. Fourth was Act a Fool in 140 and 4. Nadir Khan, and they're off for the fifth. Nadir Khan was the last in, but the first out, reaching out for the early lead. The favorite, Oh God, sent along in between horses. Down at the inside, Divining Promise, in between runners, Mannerism to the top. Moving up on the outside is Oh God. Cajun Lad is in the middle of them, and at the rail, that's Divining Promise. On the far outside, Nadir Khan. Four Guns improves in the red and black. The gray is Cossatot, racing about 3.5 lengths off the lead. In front of Action Delight and More Than Cute. The two at the back, Illustration and Road Mischief. Into the far turn they go. Cossatot just slammed on the brakes. It's Four Guns who's loose now and up to take the lead. Mannerism with the inside edge tries to fight back second. Nadir Khan on the outside third. Back to fourth and Oh God, 3-2 with a lot of ground to make up, and he's headed in the wrong direction with a quarter of a mile left to go. They move by a half in 45-3. Mannerism fights to hold it right alongside Four Guns. Up on the outside, Nadir Khan has dead aim on both of them. Eighth of a mile to go. Nadir Khan tries to reach the leader. Four Guns. Mannerism is back to third. It's Nadir Khan rising forward on the outside to take the lead under Yolber Torres. Here's a big late run from More Than Cute. He's rolling but out of time. Nadir Khan wins. Nadir Khan beats Four Guns, who was game while second. More Than Cute galloped out ahead of both of them. He was third. Illustration fourth and 112-1. And they're off. In the center, One of One gets the first call. World Traveler moves on her outside. Toward their inside, I Love Venezuela into the top three. Splitting horses into fourth is Z First, out wide on the course. Tick, 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 boom. At the rail goes Windrush. The early trailer is Mi Trigueña. Around the first turn they go, and the leaders threw out the anchor to slow down the pace. Z First not happy about it, so she's going to assume the leading role. She's up and around rivals to take the advantage. One of One second, World Traveler third. Tick, 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 boom. Races from fourth. At the rail, I Love Venezuela. Then back to Mi Trigueña, and dropping to last is Windrush. The opening quarter was 25-2. Down the backstretch they go now. With the advantage, Z First a length and a quarter, World Traveler second. One of One is at the inside third, followed fourth by Tick, 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 Boom, who's racing together with I Love Venezuela. Lingering in the center, Mi Trigueña second last, and at the back is Windrush. They went the half in 49-3. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Z First has the lead for Morelos a length and a quarter. Moving up between horses, it's World Traveler. She's going to have her hand forced tactically as they're queuing up on her outside. Far outside, Mi Trigueña, just between horses. Tick, 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 boom. At the rail, it's One of One, and out the back here are I Love Venezuela and Windrush. Up front here is Z First. Three quarters, 13-3. One of One tries to squeeze through inside of Z First. World Traveler's on their outside as they straighten for home. Z First trying to get one more furlong. At the rail, One of One. Down the center, World Traveler. She starts to surge. Just yards to go. World Traveler begins to gain on Z First. World Traveler getting up. World Traveler and Sammy Camacho win it. Z First second, One of One third. Fourth was Tick, 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 boom. 142-3.
At the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe in giving every thoroughbred a second chance.
Thanks to you, the owners, trainers, breeders, and every supporter,
You've created a ripple effect of change that's helping these magnificent animals move on to new careers and safe, fulfilling lives after racing.
Every single donation, whether big or small, is contributing to a brighter future.
But this race is just beginning. Because of you, we have gained incredible momentum and we're ready for more.
Slow to break, Brick City. Quick to break, Cajun Gold, but that's no surprise. He'll use his quick first gear to establish the pace from Noble J, who's away second. In the pink colors, Langvad moves up on the outside of Final Payment to claim third, then Step Slow, and Brick City is last. They go to the half-mile point. It's Langvad making an early move outside of Cajun Gold and Noble J. These three locked in battle with half a mile remaining. From fourth, it's Final Payment, well situated to the embattled horses up front, ahead of Step Slow, and Brick City is last. Around the far turn, they drilled the quarter, 22 seconds flat. It's Noble J who has the lead, right back at him, Langvad. These two have been hammer and tong throughout. 4 back to Final Payment, who's a driven third with good pace flow. A quarter of a mile remains. It's Langvad who shoves a half length in front. Noble J cuts the corner and tries to go with him. 4 back to Final Payment. They're on their way home. On the outside, Langvad. Husbands ask them to put it away, and Langvad gives him a winning lead. Noble J is back to second. Final Payment is third, but at even money, go collect if you backed Langvad. He's in front. Langvad by 5 in the end. Noble J was second. Final Payment ran third. Brick City fourth. They're off and running. In the center, Eaton begins well. Up the inside, it's Accelerate Me, and up on the outside, Jage J. These three almost in line. Eaton backs off a bit. Away racing in fourth is Salvatore Prince. He's down at the rail. Angled to the clear is Give Me Liberty, and that'll float out Las Olas to the center of the racetrack as they chase the speed of Jage J. Edwin Gonzalez and Jage J by a length and a half. Give Me Liberty is headstrong and moves into a joint second. Accelerate Me is the gray. Salvatore Prince is at the rail. After winning the break, Eaton settles in second last, and the trailer is Las Olas. 24-3 for the opening quarter, less than 6 furlongs to race. Jage J by 2.5 lengths. Give Me Liberty is second now from Accelerate Me, who works between horses. At the rail, Salvatore Prince traveling kindly at this stage. He's only about 3 lengths off the lead. Las Olas is next, and Eaton is at the back of the field. They make their way to the final half mile. The leader is still Jage J through a 48 3/2 mile in a bid to make all. Jage J by almost 2. Give Me Liberty second, Salvatore Prince third, Accelerate Me, Asta Quicken fourth. Then to the inside, it's Eaton, and the trailer is still Las Olas. Around the far turn they go, less than 5/16 to run. Jage J gets the cue to kick, but Thomas is moving on Give Me Liberty. He blitzes up to take the lead now. Jage J is back to second, wide on the course, Accelerate Me. Off cover comes Salvatore Prince as they reach the top of the stretch. 3/4. 112-2 into the drive with Give Me Liberty, willing for home, trying to spring an upset. He leads by 2 with 1/8 of a mile to go. Down the center, Salvatore Prince tries to reach him. Farther out, Accelerate Me. Just a 16th to go, and the leader is still Give Me Liberty. On the outside, Salvatore Prince. It's Give Me Liberty and Salvatore Prince. Give Me Liberty finding a bit more. Anthony Thomas and Give Me Liberty the winner. Second, Salvatore Prince. Third, Accelerate Me. Fourth, Las Olas. 143-2. They're off. Roar of the Beast bobbled at the start, but it didn't cost him any momentum. He's one of the first into stride. Guns Loaded is taken back. Up on the outside was Tucky, driving through at the rail con Compania. That'll shuffle practically dark back to third last. Flying Liam is second last, and the trailer is Raging Fury. En route to the half-mile stage, the leader, Roar of the Beast, by half a length. With Tucky on the outside toward the rail con Compania. That'll shuffle Guns Loaded back. Up on the outside goes Practically Dark. 2.5 more to Flying Liam, and Raging Fury is last. Good quarter here, 22 seconds flat. Roar of the Beast has the lead. Wistucky goes on an attack for Ocasio second. Con Compania, stablemate of the second horse, is now third. Up to the outside, Practically Dark. Guns Loaded does not look comfortable. He's now backpedaling, passed outside by Flying Liam, and Raging Fury is last. They went the half in 44-2. Roar of the Beast paving a quick trail out here. Wistucky alongside second, practically dark. He looms a threat at the rail. Con Compania with all kinds of room down the center. Flying Liam. Eighth of a mile to go. Con Compania driving through at the rail to take the lead now. Back to second is Wistucky with Roar of the Beast. To the wire, Miguel Vasquez for Bobby DeBona. Con Compania by 2.5. Second was Tucky, third Roar of the Beast, close for fourth, either Flying Liam, practically dark, in 1:16 flat. They're off. And they're off in the game face. Heavy favorite Lenny Lou was away second behind Love Like Lucy, who tries to cross over and has. Love Like Lucy and Nick Juarez to the top. Canton is up to Badger from second. The gray Lenny Lou looking for an inside opportunity with Dakota's Lil Aurora, and Willow Case is last of all en route to the half-mile point. It's Love Like Lucy in front by a length over Canton in second. At the inside, Ocasio has hold of Lenny Lou, needs to feed her some racetrack, patiently handled at this stage. From fourth in Dakota's Lil Aurora, and the trailer is Willow Case. They round the forward turn. They went the opening quarter in a very strong 22 seconds flat. The Safi Joseph Jr. pair are doing battle here. Canton makes a move outside of Love Like Lucy. All of that is very good news for Lenny Lou as she's angled to the clear now, and she's only 2 lengths off the lead. The leader's drifting, so Lenny Lou's going to try to split the difference here. Off the turn in the stretch drive, 44-4 for half mile. Now Love Like Lucy went into Lenny Lou. Now Lenny Lou switches to the far outside as Love Like Lucy has taken the lead again. Lenny Lou trying to get to her. Love Like Lucy or Lenny Lou? Lenny Lou lifting up on the outside of Love Like Lucy. Here's the wire. It's a photo finish. Head bobbing photo finish between Love Like Lucy and Lenny Lou. Canton is third. Dakota's Lil Aurora fourth at 1:10-4. Runners away. Slow to break, Little Miss Lollipop. Quick to break, McGowan Street from the center, reaching out to the early advantage from Silly Risk, who comes away racing second. Up on their outside, Queen Quena, widest of all, Melody Factor, Whiskey Whim trying to get over. G1 Bound is already over, down at the rail about 2.5 lengths behind, ahead of Solitary Passion. Then Sanjay, the trailer Little Miss Lollipop. En route to the opening quarter, the leader is Leonel Reyes and McGowan Street. On top, a length and a quarter, Silly Risk is second. G1 Bound is now third, Queen Quena fourth from Melody Factor, who ducks over to race in the two-path fifth. Sixth is Whiskey Whim, she's 3 wide, 2 in front of Solitary Passion. Then it's Sanjay, and the trailer is Little Miss Lollipop. They make their way to the final 5 furlongs. The opening quarter was 24-2. They now have half a mile to race. And in front, it's McGowan Street. From Silly Risk in second, Queen Quena covers her up on the outside and races from third. On the far outside, Whiskey Whim. At the rail, it's G1 Bound. Then Solitary Passion and Sanjay with Little Miss Lollipop at the back of the group. They make their way to the final 3 furlongs through a 49 3/2 mile. McGowan Street the leader. Silly Risk is still second and poised to strike. Camacho moves on Whiskey Whim 4 wide. That sends Queen Quena into action, and looking for room is Melody Factor. That's all for G1 bound, and they reach the top of the stretch. A quarter of a mile remains. Silly Risk is coming up empty, it appears, as she is now dropped back to 4th as they straighten for the drive. The leader is McGowan Street. Off the inside now, Melody Factor becomes a stretch danger. Silly Risk has gained 3rd again from Whiskey Whim, who's flattening out. Sanjay down the center. Melody Factor's the one who's reaching the leader, and Jesus Rios is on to the front with Melody Factor, a 7-1 winner. McGowan Street was second, Silly Risk ran 3rd, Sanjay 4th, and Whiskey Whim to complete your high five in 1:45 2.
That's a wrap on the 11-race Saturday card. Back with you on Sunday to wrap up another 3-day race week here during the Royal Palm Meet. We've got 9 for you in a 12:50 first post.